Welcome to my very quick dividing lesson. You're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil, so if you could just push pause and go get that ready, that'd be great, and then push play when you're ready. All right, so dividing is the same as multiplication. It's just flip-flopped. So when I think of dividing, I think of it being the reverse of multiplication. Another way of thinking it is in our video or in our Fox lesson for Seesaw, it was called equal shares. It means you're sharing it so that everybody gets the equal number. Kind of like when I think of my sister, when she gets candy, I want the same amount of her. Otherwise, it's not fair. That's what equal shares means. So when I think of multiplication, pretend like I had multiplication here and I said 2 times 4. Well, you know that anything times 2 is double. So 4 plus 4 is 8. So 2 times 4 equals 8. Now to flip-flop this around and reverse it to make sure that we are making it a division or dividing, all I need to do is think of my sentences like this. Groups times in each group equals our total. Now, if I think of it as a division problem, I always have to start with my total at the start. How many you have to start with is when you know that you have to divide it up into equal groups. So how many did you start with? How many people or groups are there? And then how much did each person get? So one way to think of this is by saying 2 times 4 equals 8. Now my 8 actually would go here in my division problem because it's the total. So we have to start with the total first. So 8 divided by, we're going to say 2 because there's 2 groups. If you notice here, I have 2 circles. I have 2 groups, okay? So that means I have 8 total stars. I'm going to count out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's saying that I have 8 total stars and I have 2 groups right here. Now I need to put all those stars so that they both have equal shares. They both have to have the same because it's not fair if one person gets more than the other. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, you get 1, you get 1. You get 2, you get 2. You get 3, and you get 3. And you get 4, and you get 4. And please ignore that. This is just, there we go. So look, they both have equal amounts. There's 8 total stars. That's what we started with. But what we had to do is we had to put them into 2 equal groups. And we had to divide them so that they both had the same number. Now, how much does each group have in each group? If I just looked at one group, if I just zoomed in on one group, how much does one group have? Let's count the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my, look at this. 4 stars are in each group. So what I just had was I had 2 times 4 equals 8, but now if I change it, I just know that I have 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Do you see how I switched those numbers around to make it division? Now, anytime we work with division, total has to be first. Let's go to the next one. One perfect way I like to think of this is my family loves to play cards. I bet you guys love to play cards at your house too. Now, in this card game, unfortunately, everybody gets the same card because I couldn't figure out how to do more pictures. But please ignore that, okay? That's not the big deal. So pretend like we have 16 cards in all. Okay, I got 16 cards in my pile, and look at my poker table here. How many people do I have playing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 people playing this card game. So to make this a division problem, remember that the total goes at the beginning. So how many cards do I have in all? I have 16 cards in all in my pile right here. And then how many groups is there? So that means how many people are sitting around my table? Well, I just told you there was 8. So I'm wondering, how many does each person get? How many cards does each person get? So I'm going to equal share and I'm going to pass out the cards. So I'm going to go 1 for you, 1 for you. See, they're all kings, but that's okay. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for this guy, 1 for this guy, 1 for this guy. Now I have 16 in all, but look, I only passed out 8 cards. So now I have 8, so now I gotta keep counting till I get to 16. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Ooh, I got to my 16 and everybody has the same amount of cards. So now I have to stop because I hit my 16 number right here. So I passed out 16 cards. There was 8 people who got cards. Now how many does each person have? Well, they each have 2 cards. So the answer is 2. 16 divided by 8 equals 2. All right, let's think of it like this. I have 15 total stars. I want you to write down blank divided by blank equals blank on your piece of paper in front of you, just like I have up here. And I want you to write down what you think the problem is to start with. So I have my total. I think I know what my total is. I have my groups ready, but I don't know how many are going to be in each group yet until I pass them out. So I want you to write what number is going to go here, what number is going to go here, and leave this one blank. So push pause and do that now. You knew that 15 is the total amount of stars we have. So that means I have to start with the big number first. This always has to be the largest number right here. 15, because I have 15 total stars. How many groups are there? 1, 2, 3. Well, there's 3 groups. So there we go. I got 3 groups. Look, I got my problem right there. So if I think of this backwards, I like to think of division backwards. If I switched this around going this way, something times 3 equals 15. But we're going to divide it out to make sure that we know for sure what the answer is. So I got 15 stars and I have 3 groups. So I'm going to count 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Check it out. I got my 15. I had 3 groups. Now, how many are in each group? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. My answer is 5. My answer is 5 because there's 15 total stars. There's 3 groups, 3 circles, and then there's 5 in each group. I think this part helps me a lot. Total groups in each group. That helps me organize my brain to know which one goes where. Okay, here we go. Here's my friend Tim and Bob. Okay, they get some cards. And we're going to pass it out so that they have the same exact number, because Tim's going to be mad at Bob if he gets more cards. That's not fair. They both have to have equal amounts. So once again, I'm going to say this time that I have 20 cards. So pretend like I got 20 cards down here that I'm going to pass out. So I would have 20 actually in the total, divided by how many groups, how many people. There's 2 people in each group, or I'm sorry, there's 2 groups. So now I have to decide how many does each person get? How many is in each group? So let's pass them out. I'm just going to use the same card again because otherwise it gets a little confusing. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to make another pile. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. I passed out all the 20 cards that I had, and I had 2 people. So now I need to decide how many does each person get. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, each person had 10. Ooh, we're working with big numbers now. 20 divided by 2 equals 10. Bob has 10 and Tim has 10. They both get 10. Now, if you knew that 10 times 2 is 20, we just read it backwards to make sure that we're right. 10 times 2 equals 20 if I switch those symbols around. Okay, it's your turn to practice. Now, I'm going to give you the total and tell you how many you need to split it into. So I'm going to have you draw 1, 2, 3, 4 big squares, and then you're going to put the circles into each square. So draw out 16. So you should have 4 squares, and you should start with 16 divided by blank equals blank. I'm going to have you push pause, and I just want you to draw 4 squares in this sentence on your piece of paper right now. Okay, so now you need to draw and divide out 16. So if you're drawing, it's a little easier to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Ooh, we had 4 groups. So I had, how many are in each group now? Hopefully you have the answer. 4. All right, one more to practice, and then I'm going to just flip through the pages and not talk at all. So this one, I want you to say that there's 28 hearts. Holy cow, there's 28. So draw 4 boxes and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop when you get to 28. So you should write out the problem. 28 divided by blank equals blank, and count all the way to 28. Pass it out till you get done. Then push pause right now, and then I'll have the answer popped up when you push play again. Good luck. Hopefully your answer was 6 in each box. You needed to have 6 in each. All right. I'm going to have you draw out 24 divided by 6 equals blank, and then I'm going to give you a couple more problems to hopefully work out and you can draw the picture. Remember, the groups is how many groups you need to draw. The total is how many cards you have in your deck, and then you need to figure out how many you're going to pass out to each person. So I'm going to give you some problems, and you're going to do it on your paper. Hopefully this helped you a little bit. I want you to draw out these problems and try to draw the circles and the tallies or the circles and dots because they seem to be a little bit easier. If you have more questions, please let me know and I will try to answer them. Hopefully this helped you with your division. Have a great week and we'll practice some more later.